Oh, Ranty's here. Ranty's here. Good, good, good. The traitor himself.
Well, that'll make him feel welcome.
I mean, he knows I'm kidding, fuck's sake. All right, Ranty, what's happening?
Yeah, just thought I'd pop in and end these speculations that I'm some kind of, some kind of joke on you guys or something. It isn't the case. I have come back to the globe, and that's that.
Right. Welcome back to Sanity.
Say what?
I said, welcome back to Sanity.
Oh, thanks.
What tipped you? I mean, like, we were talking to Chemo yesterday, and he said that you're going to have to defend like space and NASA and all the rest of it. What's your position on space and space travel and whatnot?
Well, I don't have to defend any of that because I was only ever interested in one subject, and that was optics. That was the only thing I was interested in. So I didn't, I didn't care for the other arguments. I'm not bothered either way. The only thing I was interested in is local to me, and where I live. I was seeing long distances. And then I was looking for the one image that would change it for me, or one location that showed drop. And this image popped up, and Bev confirmed it when he went there, and he was able to show the same thing. And it's clear as day what you're looking at. It's absolutely 100% beyond any reasonable person's understanding of what you're looking at, that you are looking at drop there. So,
what do you think of Chemo? What do you think of Chemo essentially saying that you've been someone's got to you, or you've been brainwashed, or you're a clone? Chemo, do you want to clarify on what you were saying, Ranty had?
Sam paid him off.
Me and Ranty.
Sam paid him to do this.
Understands. Oh, my mic far away. Sorry. Am I coming through it?
Brian. I said this before. I said I was quite happy. I was retired from the arguments. I wasn't prepared to, come back. I'd given my channel away. I was quite happy just sitting on the sidelines, being a flat earther, no problem, until this image popped up. And then I decided to just analyse it because I thought it was a stunning photograph. And, it took me by complete surprise. And then to get another flat earther or level earther go out and observe the same thing time and time again and tell me that no, this is what you see from that location. Well, that confirms it then.
I hope you can sleep at night.
Oh, Brian. He just told you how he came about it.
I did say there was going to be a lot more questions than answers, Randy, obviously. And people are already questioning, did you take into account the geometry, angles? So those are the kind of things that you would be,
yes.
Timo,
you didn't watch it, did you? You didn't watch what he did.
It's called now optic geometry over a flat plane. It's a new field.
Ranty, can we just let Chemo and Ranty do this, please?
Yeah, I went through the image with a fine-tooth comb, Chemo, and I analysed everything that was needed to be on that image because you could clearly see all the ridges and everything about that location. So it was very definitive, and the research that Ruhif and Katz did as well. I mean, I'd already done that, but I hadn't seen any of their workings at all. I had no idea what they were going to present. And when they presented their findings, funnily enough, I'd already done the same, and they matched up exactly the same. So, like for instance, Katz did a trigonometry on a flat plane, and mine matched up exactly to his. Ruhif did the amount of drop and where the base of those mountains should be in relation to the image, and I'd worked out exactly the same based on a different formula, just using the optics that was available to me inside the image. And it was clear as day that we were all coming to exactly the same conclusion, that there is massive drop there. So that's where we were at.
Optical? Could that be an optical event?
Well,
Brian.
Chris, let him ask.
I'm talking to the fucking traitor here, if you don't mind.
Cheers,
could
Brian.
that be an optical observation?
Let's put it this way. So for 5 years, I specialised in optics. That's the only thing I was interested in. That's all I wanted to do. And there's a good reason.
In 5 years, you never found the same fucking thing.
That's true, because it was filmed from a different location.
And I hope you don't sleep for 100 fucking years. Because you're sold out to the fucking devil, you twat.
Yeah, okay.
I
Anyway,
seen fucking Sam give you that money. I knew then what was going to happen. Instantly, I told Bev and Emma that you were going to flip-flop, and exactly that is what has happened. You have been paid off.
You're a Bev
Randy,
right?
Brian does
And
not
you
represent the
have got
truth
to
of this
fucking
shit,
live
but
with
he
that
is.
for the rest of your life, you
Brian,
Well,
why do you have to insult him, mate?
Anyway.
He's a fucking twat. He's been bought out.
Right, okay, so you got proof of that, have you?
Yes, I have, yeah. You took all that fucking money off Sam, which obviously was to fucking coax you away from the truth.
Yeah, okay. You got proof.
You're a fucking asshole.
Got proof
You've
of what
got
you're
to
saying,
live with
haven't
it,
you?
don't forget. Not me. You've got to fucking sleep at night. Not me. You've got to tell your kids that you fucking...
Why are you so triggered over an image?
Over and took it.
Why are you so triggered over an image? Why are you so triggered over this image? It shows drop.
Why am I so triggered that you've been fucking bought out, you twat?
No. Why are you so triggered
Yes,
that
you
I analysed an image that shows
you've
drop?
analysed thousands of fucking images over your years,
and this shows drop.
Come to the same conclusion.
And this shows
you
drop.
are a lying piece of shit.
And this shows drop.
And we don't want you in the truth fucking movement.
No, well, this is. You see, I am in the truth movement, and that's why.
Brian, come on, it's fuck, man.
Water cannot fucking bend, you fucking lunatic.
Anyway.
Wait.
And I'm not taking shit off you anymore.
Off who? Who's giving you shit?
And everybody that has given you a fucking super chat, you should pay the cunts back for lying.
Oh God! Have you heard? I came to a conclusion.
You are a lying piece of shit.
Why is it lying? Can you analyze the image in a different way? I tell you what, I will allow you to go and work this out with the image presented, right? And you tell me what your conclusions are. Okay, that seems fair enough.
Pay everybody back that's ever give you fucking money, you lying.
Take the same image. Take the same image and go away.
You are a lying.
Go away and take the same image and analyze it. That's it. That's all I'm asking you. You've got the image there. It's not like anything's being hidden. You've got all the data you need. Go ahead, go away and work it out.
Let me ask what I asked you yesterday. And so I said this to Jem yesterday as well. You know, you've got Soundly, who has surveyors, he has the data, he has the GPS, have all the measurements that you would need to see the curvature, measure the curvature. The drop you had hidden behind, horizon points. What's the difference between? I mean, not the difference. Why would you choose an image from a guy that you haven't been down and verified, he hasn't been down and measured, versus Soundly? That doesn't make sense. Kind of.
Right. Okay. So why would I do that? Because there's no apparent refraction at all happening in this image. At all, there's nothing on it. It's like a picture postcard image. Secondly, it's not the only image that I'm relying upon. I'm relying upon Bev and Bev's repeated assertions that every time he goes to that spot, he sees those mountains in the same spot, and he produced photographic evidence that backed that up. And if I've got a level earther out there telling me that this is what this location looks like all the time, somebody that's been in the community who's supposedly a truther, I have to take their word on that, especially somebody who comes on the debates and I've spoken to in the past. And if they're telling me that that is what you see all the time, then I've got to take their word for that. I don't have to go there and see it myself, especially when he provided me the same image.
Son, who is a 14-year-old kid. Bev did not take that image.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Don't keep mentioning Bev if it wasn't fucking Bev that took it.
Bev provided the image.
And no, he didn't. It was pinched off fucking Facebook.
He provided it himself in the chat on Brandon's Discord channel. That used to be my Discord channel. He puts it in the chat himself. In fact, he did it twice on the same night. And then when he went live on Brandon's, he talked about it and said that this is nothing new. This is what you see all the time. We were there today and we photographed this. So don't tell me that I'd stolen anything when he provided that information for everybody.
I never said you stole it. I said it was taken off Facebook.
Do you have evidence?
All right, but either way, Randy.
Yes.
If you're taking Bev's kind of word for it, Now, you know, Bev says the horizontal doesn't drop. You know, he says there's no measurable curve. You know, he's pushed this water level test.
Mm-hmm.
So if he understands that his position is that even in this image, there was still no drop from the horizontal. So there was no drop. You're saying drop. He's saying no measurable drop. But you're insisting...
Bev's obviously a monk who can't work out anything.
Oh, he's a mom now, is he?
He's obviously a monk. If he's going to turn around and say that in this image there is no drop, right? Then I'm sorry. Then it's all on him, because it's very clear what it's showing. In fact, even in the image, when I was able to bring out some more identifiable markings on his produced image from his son, right, you were still able to see that basin to the side of Blackpool Tower, which was identifiable very clearly in the high resolution image that I picked up from somebody else. So it's very clear that he is filming exactly the same things as this other guy, even though he doesn't have such a great camera, right? It's very clear that that's the case. And when you do the workings out now, and that's why I've said to Brian, who's giving me shit in the chat right now, I suggest he goes away and analyzes the same image with the same data, and I want him to come back and tell me what his conclusions are, because there can only be one conclusion, and that's about 330 to 340 meters of drop below the horizontal.
Let me ask you something. Do railway tracks look like they're coming together?
Fine.
Do they?
Hang on. You're
Do
shifting
railway
away from the
tracks
conversation,
look
mate.
like they're coming together?
I have no reason why you would even consider bringing that.
Answer the question. There's a means to an end.
Yes, of course there is.
Do they actually come together?
No, they don't.
Do the fences that run down the railway lines, do they look like they're coming together?
Yes, they do.
Do the houses that go down the fences
Is there a point to
look
this?
like they're coming together?
Is there a point to this?
Yes, there is.
We'll
Answer
get on
it.
with it then. Because you're just going to ask me the same question. Do the trees in the forest look like they're coming together?
Do the clouds look like they're coming down and touching the sea?
Do the hairs on my head look like they're getting closer? Fuck me.
Do
Get
the
on with it.
clouds look like they're coming down?
Oh, just get fucking on with it, Brian.
Get on with it.
Do they?
Get on with it.
Brian, just go on
Do
with it,
they
man.
look like they're coming down and touching the sea?
Dude, listen, I'm going to go if this guy carries on just asking the same
Because
retarded
you
question.
are a complete sellout shill bastard.
Seriously, I
I
mean,
mean,
that's just
to be fair,
ridiculous.
Ranty, it is Brian, and at the risk of being muted just for speaking, it is just Brian. I wouldn't let him worry you too much.
That is just
Well,
Brian.
If
he's
he had a
fucking
point, he
insane.
could have made it after the first point. Do the train tracks appear to meet at a point? Yes. Okay, right. What's your point?
Doesn't know how to do that sort of make a point thing.
Well, the thing is, it's very clear in the image, which is what you're looking at. There are people out there doing these stupid parallax tests with objects that are just 10 or 15 meters away from each other, and it is so retarded. I mean, I cannot believe people are that stupid, and I mean literally that stupid. In this image, you're looking at things that are 15 miles away and 60 miles away. And if you think that just tilting your camera or moving half a foot higher or half a foot lower is going to give you some parallax problems, you are retarded.
But I mean, Ranty, one would have to question you as a glober now, right? I mean, otherwise it'd be
Nobody has to do anything to me. I came in here. I don't even have to be. Like I said on the show last night. I was quite happily retired from the argument. I gave 5 years of research in this, and I was quite happy to be a flat earther and leave it at that until this image. And do you know what? I had a responsibility to those 5,000 and odd people who subscribed to me, and the people that gave super chats, and the people that bought the P1000 for me, because they wanted me to go out and find answers for them. And it would have been bad form on me if I'd have seen this image, done the research on it, found out that it was absolutely showing clear signs of drop, and not bring that back to the argument and say, guys, listen, this is out there, and I really want to put it out there and tell everyone, hey, I do believe I've found contradictory evidence against my beliefs. And that's what I did, right? And Bev backed it up. So if that's the case, right, I have to believe that in that location, at least, either those people that are living at the bottom of the hill are living underwater, or it is absolutely drop, right? So it's one or the other. And I know that there are people living around there, so they're definitely not living underwater. So there's only one conclusion, right? And that's that it is drop in that area. And you can't get that on a flat plane. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm not even arguing any of that. I mean, I can agree with you and say, okay, we're on a ball. What is the radius of that ball? There's so much more you have to answer for, unless you're just going to say, well, like I said, it's not honest. Say, well, this is my evidence, and then that's it. There's nothing more I can say to you because there is more. There are more questions. Like we can ask you, like we say, if that's the rate of curvature, then shouldn't that be consistent everywhere? And obviously, if it was everywhere, we would have that measurement everywhere.
But all you ever do is kick the can down the road, Chemo.
So we're looking for is a ratio, Rand, which is consistent. So if we agree with you and say, yeah, okay, this is definite drop. It looks like the mountains, we can't see them. So what was the height of the observer? And where did that drop occur from? What was the distance, you see? And then we have to use geometry to figure these things out. Now, obviously, if you can't provide that geometry, well, it's no different from what the globers do anyway. It just makes stuff up.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the presentation?
Yeah, I saw what you did. Yeah.
Did you? Right, okay. So why are you asking me this question?
Because there's no physical measurement to it. It's not consistent.
In the presentation, Chemo.
What did you compare? Did you compare it to soundless curvature?
If you watch the presentation, you wouldn't be asking me that question. Either that, or it just went completely over your head. I would suggest you perhaps go back and watch it again. That's the only thing I can say to you, because at this point, it just feels like you're either trolling or you're just willfully ignoring the evidence that I put forth yesterday.
Did you give a radius then in that presentation?
I didn't need to give a radius. I just needed to demonstrate that it was drop. Simple. There was no other need for anything convoluted. There was no need to discuss why the ISS isn't flying overhead, or why the sun and the moon aren't having a solar eclipse at the same time as I took this image. I didn't need any of that information. I just needed to calculate what was in the image and say, hey, is this flat or is this drop? That was it. Nothing else. Didn't need to work out the radius of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need to do that.
But we have curvature, but with no ratio. That's odd.
Chemo, you're not listening to what I said. I did most of this in comparison to what it would look like on a plane.
I'm agreeing with you, Ranty. We observed drop. Let's move
Thank
forward.
you. Right, okay. So drop. Right, okay, that's good. And I have a date.
We observed drop in the sounding as well.
Listen, I have a date to get to. Got to be there at 1 o'clock. So I haven't got time to sit around and talk all day to you guys. I came in out of courtesy because I was asked to come in and just have a quick chat with you. That's what I've done, and I'm putting the record straight. You know, any rumours going around that this is some kind of prank or joke, it's not the case. You know, the presentation was done with a genuine heart, with genuine belief that I was doing the right thing for all the people that have followed my work and wanted me to find an answer. And I've come up with this image that absolutely, okay, I spent years looking at the effects of water, over water, but from a different perspective, somewhere that I very rarely went to in the past. I think only twice, and I never saw the mountains in the background. So from a different perspective, looking over where I filmed from, I saw drop in those images.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. I'm with you. You see drop. What's the ratio of that drop? How much does it drop by? And what's the calculation? What more one would say, I've got a drop measurement, but no calculation. What's the rate of drop?
I've just posted an image that shows you the rate of drop, the calculation. Go and work it out, Chemo. Right, listen, I'm going, guys. Thanks for
dropping by, mate.
Oh, just Ranty, if you don't mind, can I just do a quick question? Have you spoken to Bev about this at all yet?
Thanks, Bev. No, I haven't.
Have you spoken with Bev at all?
No, he's just posted memes about me. But
okay.
That's just it, so.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
Anyway, hashtag thanks, Bev. Remember that.
Yeah. Take it easy, Ranty.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you, mate.